and welcome to Ready Set Demo from Elizabeth's Craft Room. I am just going to run through the 5 luxury cards, including this one, which turns into a Christmas decoration afterwards to hang on your tree. I'm going to run through these cards and a few little hints and tips about them. This is especially for my demo friends, but really for anyone else who wants to get some ideas about doing a luxury Christmas card. I teach a luxury card class once or twice a year, usually a festive one, but I've also done luxury birthday cards. So what do I mean by luxury? Our regular card size is going to be this. So we do square cards and we do double the size of the regular. So in the UK, we would call this an A5 card. So our full piece of cardstock. So you would take either an A4 or a US letter size piece of cardstock and fold it in half. So that gives you an idea of the size of the larger cards. So we usually do a couple of those and 2 or 3 of the square versions as well. The classes that I run, I don't usually do these as a Ready Set Demo class. So if you don't know, I do classes that are ready for my demo friends to teach. All sorts of things from fancy folds to techniques, to something featuring particular goodies from Stampin' Up. But my luxury ones tend to be a mixture of stamps. They tend to be a mixture of adding in things like foil and glimmer and heat embossing. So kind of that's really what makes them the luxury. So let's have a look at these one by one for you. The other thing I should say about these cards, they're always layered on the inside as well as on the outside. So I say it just takes a card to another level. So let's have a look at the square ones first. So we have used the Merriest Trees dies on this particular one. A little tip for you is if you do the baubles using the adhesive sheet from Stampin' Up. So these are the, sorry, my phone is plugged in because it's out of power and now I'm going to keep banging the side. I will try not to do that for you. If you use the adhesive sheet from Stampin' Up on the back of foil, or use the new adhesive glimmer to make your decorations, they cut out literally in one go. So if you haven't got these, that is one stamp. So it makes it really easy, quick and easy to decorate your tree. We've used the little stars on there as well. And we've used this, this particular type of glimmer is in the big book. So we've used that. For the Noel card, we've used the Joy of Noel. And this has got quite a lot of heat embossing on it. So we've heat embossed onto Cherry Cobbler. And we've also heat embossed onto the vanilla. And all we're colouring in here and using blends are the little berries. And that's the only colouring that is on there. But that heat embossing really pops. And then we've got this one. Now this one, I'm not going to deny, is a bit of a wow card and is also that thing that's in the catalogue that we wish we could order, but isn't in the catalogue, and that's these rings. Now the ones I found were on Amazon and they are really heavy duty. There are some lighter versions, but this is a really heavy duty version. So this is going to be a decoration that will last for years to come. It's a 4-inch, ring, and yeah, super heavy. And what I've done is I've used, and again, this is from the Merriest Trees. this little piece here, the design of it is that you fold it over and fold it onto the back of the tag, but I've actually used 2 of them and used them open so that they have actually got somewhere to tie onto this card. This is all loose behind here so that you untie it and then you can tie it onto the Christmas tree, or you can put a hook on the top if you would prefer. But there is actually a little piece there, and you can reinforce that a bit with some tear and tape as well. And then I've cut my tree twice in that glimmer, and I've popped that up on dimensionals, and it's onto the there's a music note embossing folder in the big book, and that is the one that I've used. And then underneath we've got the sending good tidings in the season of cheer, which I think is that one called Joy to You. Yeah, that's Joy to You. And I've used that quite a lot for the inside greetings of these larger cards because the scale of these is nice and big. And then we've just got the wishing you, which is this one here on the inside. In case you're wondering why I've also got this on the back, this is another choice that they can stamp onto the inside of the card, and I put them on the back because once these are in cello bags, which is how I keep them looking good throughout the class, once they're in cello bags they can't open the cards, so I put those bits on the back of the cards. So I hope that makes sense with the square ones. If you would like to, I will show you the bigger ones. So this one, another one with some heat embossing, but this time we've done black heat embossing for this element here. And this is Ho 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 from Jolly Words. And then we have coloured those in again with blends. We've used some bronze for our deer, and some real red for the Santa. The layers are all in cherry cobbler again, and with that that beautiful shiny layers. I tried it with a single piece of this glimmer, but it looked better when it was separated out. And finally, we have this one here. More of the true meaning of Christmas on this card, and I do love that. It's using the Divine Night dies, and if you haven't seen these up close, let's see if I can get it out of my packaging. I've had to put this into an 8x8 cello. Oh, as I say, I want it to make it through the class to the end. Here we go. So if you haven't seen these, and hopefully this is showing up on the video, there's actually wood grain on the stable element, and there is detail. Although these are like a silhouette, you have got detail in them. So they are just really, really stunning, those Divine Night dies. I used Peace on Earth because it fit my circle quite nicely. That again is from the Christmas Classics. So I did a bit of Peace on Earth. This larger star I cut using the Merriest Trees. I think that, yeah, that's one of the Merriest Trees options. There's 2 larger ones. That one and that one. Yeah, that's one of those. You could also use one of the ones from the Star set. I do have that, but I got that later, so I'd already designed this card before I had it. And we've used the deckled edge circles to create this. And by putting this piece around, it's sort of like a halo around the crib scene. And I liked the way it popped the central figures here of Mary and Joseph and Jesus, and the shepherd and the wise man. It kind of popped those and made those more forward, and then we've got more of the animals on the outside. So I do like that. And the inside, we've got again one of those larger greetings from Joy to You. May your Christmas be merry and bright. I chose to go with the Cherry Cobbler and the Night of Navy as my contrast colours, but you could pick any colours to make a really kind of big wow card. If you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe to my Elizabeth's Craft Room YouTube channel. We would love to have you here. I do a couple of videos or more every month, and a lot of them are just showing some cards that I've made and giving some hints and tips about them. And if you like to be able to teach classes quickly and easily without the working out and the figuring out the measurements, Ready Set Demo is the place for you. I will put a link in the box below. I do a newsletter once or twice a month, so you can sign up for that so you don't miss out on anything. And if you're already one of my lovely Ready Set Demo friends and you're looking at this and thinking, do you know what, Liz, this actually would make a good Ready Set Demo class, tell me whether that's something that you would like to see. I kind of haven't done this because I tend to focus on something that I feel is a bit more complicated and takes longer to work out, like fancy folds, like a techniques class. But this one, you know, if you're looking at this and saying, yeah, it would still save me a ton of time figuring out those measurements, using my own, you know, cardstock, local cardstock sizes. Tell me what you did, Liz. I could definitely look at doing that in the future for you. Anyway, thanks for visiting Elizabeth's Craft Room and Ready Set Demo today. Thanks for visiting me. Bye.